Hello there, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having yourself a great day. I am, and today we're going to go ahead and take a look at a Walt Disney book that Taschen, I believe it's pronounced, book company sent to me. I have the extra large version of this. There's two versions. They usually do that with their most popular books. They'll make an XL version and then a smaller regular version. This one is the smaller version, and I absolutely love this book. I got it a few years ago, and I got an email today showing that they had 50% off on a bunch of their books, and I thought I would share that with you in case you want them. The sale is on for a few days, and I'll leave information about that in the description section. And so if you enjoy these books and would like them, feel free to go ahead and check them out. And they have a Disneyland book and a Frank Frazetta book, who's a famous artist that I absolutely love. I bought their smaller versions of the books because they're on sale, and I didn't own the Disneyland one, and I kind of wanted to look at it for some reference for something that I'll talk about in the future. But for now, I'm going to share this one with you. When I get the Disneyland one, we'll take a look at that also. But for now, let's go ahead and check out this book. Alrighty, so here we go. This book, I actually own two versions. I own the extra large version, and then I own this one. Taschen was kind enough to send this to me, and I wanted to share with you the smaller version. Sometimes there's more photos in the larger ones, or vice versa. But I wanted to just go ahead and share this with you, especially since there is a sale currently on their Disney books and other books also. They are 50% off, which is an awesome deal, because some of these can be a little bit pricey, but well worth it. The quality of these books is absolutely excellent, and they have an embossed lettering and numbers on the front here with the Mickey, and I thought I would share this with you. I absolutely love Disney books. I have so many of them. And because, like I said, they have a sale right now, I thought I'd share this with you. And hopefully there's not too much of a glare on the photos, that you can see them okay. And I always look forward to these books when they have new ones come out. This is going to show you, as it shows in here, all the different chapters, which will tell you basically about each particular series or movie that the chapters share with you. And I could look at these books all day long. I wish I could go to the Disney archives. That would be one of my bucket list things that I would love to do in life. I love seeing like the older pictures of Walt Disney, and this is his studio laugh-o-grams, which, as you can see, there was only a few people who actually worked for him. And there's some great autobiographies that I would like to share with you in the future also. There's some really good ones about Disney and even the women of animators. But these early things are it's pretty wild if you see how far Disney has come, and I guess with any technology. But this is the Alice cartoons and videos he used to do. They were kind of way ahead of their time. It was basically a superimposed thing, so they would do video of Alice, and then they would put the animated cartoon characters over them. Kind of like Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, if you've ever seen that. And, well, what I wouldn't give for early animation cells. It's just wild. It's kind of unfortunate and a little crazy that the early stuff, when they were drawn on animation cells, they would wash them off and put brand new cartoons on. And so that's why a lot of this older stuff, besides age, didn't last long. And then you can see as the studio grew, there was more people. It's a lot easier to see the photos on the XL versions, obviously. But still, these are a decent size that you can still enjoy them. And I'm glad to have this one. I also had the Donald Duck one they recently released. I think the only one I don't have is the Golden Books, kind of like an encyclopedia of it. It has all the different Disney Golden Books. There's the backgrounds, and these are the concept drawings. And Silly Symphonies, I'm also going to talk to you about in a future video. There are a bunch of Disney Treasures DVD sets that has a library basically of all the old original cartoons from the Silly Symphonies, the wartime movies that Disney doesn't want you to see anymore. There was even one about Hitler, which is pretty crazy. And Donald Duck was fighting against fighting against Hitler. It was pretty wild. But one of these cartoons, they had done all in black and white, but Technicolor was just starting, and they actually they got rid of everything and redid the episode all over again. These are definitely from the early ones. But yeah, if you're interested in old Disney, there are, besides Disney Plus, there are DVDs. Some of them get pretty pricey. I actually don't even own the 4th disc of Donald Duck because it is over $200 last time I looked for it, which is insane for a DVD. Unfortunately, they never came out on Blu-ray, and they probably never will, especially since everything is digital these days, which is really unfortunate. There's so many great movies. I love to watch them. I haven't in a bit. I would like to go back and start rewatching them. I mean, it's from, in regard, each character kind of has its own DVD series. So Mickey has one, and then, or Mickey and Minnie, and then there's Pluto has his own disc series. Goofy has his own. I think he only has one DVD, but there's so many episodes on it that you probably a lot that you've never seen before. I love that they share the backgrounds with you and show you, that stuff. I don't like reading, especially now because of my eyes. I can't read anymore unless the text is huge. So I like audiobooks or visual books. I've always been kind of a visual person since I am an artist myself. And these backgrounds and everything are just so awesome. It's so great. I love seeing the process of things. A lot of this stuff you never see. It's just concepts. And this is a huge background, panoramic, with, and then basically the camera would move across the artwork. This is the early stuff. Pinocchio. That is very... If you go back and look at the original sources for these movies, Pinocchio and some of the other ones, Pinocchio is very violent. I think it's the Pinocchio one. He hangs himself, but he also kills Jiminy Cricket. And some of the other ones are even, I think it was Cinderella that I was listening to a book about, that the evil stepsisters literally cut their feet to fit in the glass slippers. And I'm like, holy crap, that would have been a whole different kind of Disney. That would have been kind of a nightmare. But yeah, it's crazy that they read those old books and they're like, hey, let's make a thing about this. There is, again, the women animators who got almost no credit. If you look at the titles for the credits for the old, like Snow White and those early things, you won't see any women's names on it. Women sadly got no credit for all their hard work, and they did the majority of the work. It's really sad. It wasn't until much later that they finally started getting credit for their work, and it's actually one of the audio books I listened to recently was about that. It was the women animators at Disney, and what they all went through. It was pretty horrible. Walt Disney, as much as I like him, he was not very nice to women at the beginning. But it's just unfortunate how people were treated back in the day. Fantasia. And the crazy thing I didn't know originally, Little Mermaid was being talked about to produce all the way back in 1940s. They had discussed doing it, and several things got delayed or pushed back because of the war. And if you didn't already know, Disney was taken over by the military during the World War II. They went in and basically used Walt Disney as their propaganda producer. So there's a whole DVD series about it. Basically, the military had them do all different types of videos. Some of them were how to, like load a gun or a tank or something. It was all like animated. And then they did some additional propaganda to talk about war bonds and tons of different things. So that's why there wasn't anything produced around that time. I believe it was Dumbo that was in the process during that movie. I believe it was a female who came up with the Chernabog. Fantasia's, I'm not like a huge musical fan, but it was a great movie. It didn't do so great. A lot of early Disney movies didn't do well until they were actually, released later on. And that's about when they only, look how bright all this stuff is. If you haven't seen Fantasia, I would recommend it. It's really cool to see how they did the animation to go along with the music. I love this retro. This is their Burbank Studios, and the designs were really cool. I love the desk. I would absolutely love to have an animator's desk from the late 1940s into the 50s. These are all the concept drawings. There's the desk I would like. It was really nice. You see them occasionally, and what the sad thing is, some of the desk, when you go to check out at the World of Disney or whatever it's called, I forget the name of it, sorry, for the main merchandise store at Disney Springs, the checkout desk are literally the animator's desk that they butchered basically to make them the animators, the cashier people's desk. It's just crazy. The Reluctant Dragon, that's a good movie to watch also. It goes through, it's this guy, his wife talked to him about some book that he really liked. Thought it would be a great idea for Disney to make. So he brings it, it's a whole skit, but he brings it to Disney, and then he goes through all the different departments. So you get to see a behind the scenes of all Disney at that time. It shows you the process of how movies are made, the sound, and all that stuff. It's pretty entertaining. I actually enjoy it. And I believe that one is on Disney+. Dumbo, I absolutely love. He's one of my favorite characters. I'm actually looking into, I know it sounds crazy, but I want to build a life-size Dumbo ride vehicle. I know I did find that someone made a 3D file, but I want to see if I can produce it. I absolutely love that vehicle. I actually did a bunch of paintings of the Dumbo vehicle for a Disney project that I really can't talk about, but I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, I got the opportunity to paint Dumbo. This whole movie is very trippy. If you really pay attention, a lot of the old, or most of the Disney movies have some weird trippy thing in them. Bambi, which when I was out the other day, I went for a walk with my wife, and there was little baby deer out. They had the little spots. It was super cute. And but sadly, I saw one that got hit by a car. That was horrible, because people speed on my road, and it makes me very angry. But then, yes, they actually used to bring in live animals and have the deer just sit. It's crazy, this deer is just sitting there posing for these people. But yeah, they would bring in animals and do life drawings of them. I would have loved to have been a Disney animator or artist in general. Unfortunately, it just didn't, I didn't push it far enough. I could have probably got a job there. The funny enough thing is, when I was 16, I loved Disney so much, I actually tried to apply at Disney when I was 16, and they're like, sorry son, you need to go to college and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, I taught all this to myself, so I don't really need that. And I never did go to college, just mostly because I couldn't afford it. Although I did have a scholarship to a few colleges, but they weren't where I was moving. So I just didn't do it. I never thought I'd actually become a professional artist full time, which eventually came true to me. So don't give up on your dreams. It was a long process. This is another great thing. There's an episode, I believe it might be on Disney Plus, that the Disney people went to South America, and that's where a bunch of their animated movies came last, like the three cabaret. I can't make a bearer. I can't speak today. But this is during the war. Yeah, Disney goes to war, like I mentioned. There's a whole thing, a bunch of cartoons of Disney. Donald Duck is in a bunch of it. But I wasn't sure much of it, but definitely pay attention. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, because I'm going to share those DVDs with you soon. So I'm going to show you the different ones they have available, and show some video segments of them and such, because I really enjoy them. I have almost all of them. There's a few I don't, because I just really wasn't into some of them. I think Davy Crockett was one, and some other stuff. Sorry if I'm going too fast. I'm figuring I'll be here all day if I keep moving on so slow. But this is a wonderful book. I definitely would recommend it. And there are other ones. Like I said, I have the XL version of this, which I really enjoy. I have that put away. I saw in my email that they actually had the 50% off today, and I'm like, oh, I better do this book, because I do. That's another good one, fun and fancy-free. I wanted to share. There's a multi-plane camera, which really changed the game for animation. It gave a 3D look instead of just a flat stationary drawing. They could pan through. I love the giant. They could pan through photos or cells to make them look realistic. Time for Melody, Melody Time. There are so many great Disney movies and old shorts that you really never see that much. So that DVD set is fantastic to have. And I hope this video, I can't see what I'm doing because of the camera I'm using, but hopefully it's not blurry for you, because that'd be a pain in the butt. Song in the South. Unfortunately, yes, it is a racist movie, and but it's history. You can't change history. That's my issue. I get it. I'm not a racist person. I love everyone. If you treat me nice, I treat you nice. That's how my thing in life has always been. But it is a very good movie, and especially for its time. I just obviously do not like the racist parts of it, and the stereotypical voice of a black person, or it's just not cool. But it is a great movie, and I love the song. It's sad that they changed the ride, and they felt they had to do that. Even Whoopi Goldberg's like, dude, you need to release that movie again so people understand. And you miss out on. I mean, it does have good qualities also. Actually, it won some Oscars, and yeah, and sadly, and this is ridiculous, many of the black actors were not allowed to go to the premiere, which I thought was outrageous. They weren't invited at all. Cinderella, that's the one I told you. These creepy stepsisters actually, in the original, chopped their feet off to be able to fit their foot in the shoe, which is really messed up. But I love Disney art books. I probably have almost every one of them. I have them all archived in my bookcase, which I need to get a better one to put them in, because some of them are really long, and especially the old series that I have, wide, it's kind of like a wide vision version. And let's see, what we still on? Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, another good movie, definitely trippy. Love seeing all the original art. I love the bright colors. Mary Blair was a huge influence on the colors of these movies. I believe these are probably Mary Blair. You can always tell her style. That's a Mary Blair style. It's very cartoonish, like kid style. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I've seen this picture so many times in different books. I'm not sure why they always choose it, but beautiful book, movie. Just awesome. And like I said, it's so unfortunate. Luckily for books, because otherwise you would never see this stuff. You'd never see these concept drawings ever. And there's millions more that just never make it into the books. They just kind of pick a certain amount of things, and that's what they use. I love Peter Pan. I never understood why the line is so long for Peter Pan. It's pretty wild. But I love all these. I love the artwork and everything. It's a great story too. Here we go. I'm looking forward to hopefully going and seeing the newer version of the Peter Pan ride in Hong Kong or China. I forget which one has the best one, but great movie. And if you didn't already know, a lot of the old original movies for Disney, they shot actual regular footage of regular human actors that they then used as reference and sometimes traced over to make. It's funny to see that and them as that. This is The Final Lady and the Tramp. Such a great, cute movie. I hear the mailman. Did I get anything good? Probably not. Siamese. I love the Siamese cats. I love cats in general. Oop, I think she turned her vehicle off. Maybe actually, no, I don't. She turned. I love getting mail, so I love these. If I only could afford original animation cells for these movies, would be awesome. But I think the only Disney ones I have left mostly are the Pete's Dragon. I'm not sure if I have any other ones because I sold a bunch of them, unfortunately. They also had a bunch of space movies that Disney did. Those are also great if you get a chance. Tomorrowland, it's called. If you get a chance to watch those, I believe some of those are actually on Disney Plus, and they are fantastic. It's stuff that you wouldn't normally expect. The guy who actually created the nuclear bomb also did these helped with these animated space series, and what they thought was going to be a thing and such. Sleeping Beauty, 1959. I absolutely love this movie. Ivan Earl did such gorgeous work on the background. That's why it took over 7 years to produce this movie. And it didn't do well, but the backgrounds are incredible. If you ever get a chance to find his work, I'll actually show you again around Christmas time because I have a 4K camera now. I'm going to take out the Ivan Earl postcards. He used to do postcards before he became a Disney artist. And he did such gorgeous work. I mean, look at this. It's like a Renaissance painting. And this is his technique of how he did it, which is pretty wild. It's cool to see that. But yeah, a lot of the animators didn't like him because they felt that he was making the movies take forever. And as you can see, I mean, this is so intricate. And all his work always was. He's such an incredible artist. It's unfortunate he passed many years ago. But I still want to get one of his other books, his regular art stuff. But they're kind of pricey now. It's pretty wild how expensive books get. But there's 101 Dalmatians. I was approached to purchase some original animation cells with the original backgrounds from this, and they wanted $20,000. I'm like, no, thanks. If I had that kind of money, I'd be going on a cruise, not a cruise, but travel somewhere else in the world that I haven't gone to. I really enjoyed Europe. That was a lot of fun. Switzerland was unbelievably gorgeous. And I know I still haven't done those videos. I've just been exhausted. I laid in bed most of the day today. I was so tired. Sword in the Stone, that's another great movie. I wanted to do some more art from that at some point. I love that. It's just an entertaining. It's unfortunate a lot of these you don't see, but she changes into a bunch of different characters. I think it's really cool. And Mary Poppins, another great movie. Really good movie. I enjoyed the new one too. And they were supposed to make an attraction at Epcot for Mary Poppins, but they didn't. We're getting close to the end. I don't know how long this video is yet, but my back's hurting from standing here. It's Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh. Oh, bother. And Tigger. Jungle Book. Jungle Book's another good movie too. And we're getting to the end here. This is pretty much, I'm not sure if, I forgot to ask if they're going to make a newer book, because this one is through a period of, let me look in a second, I forgot the years on the front. But like I said, if you enjoyed this book and want it for yourself, make sure to go to their website. I'll leave a link to it and you can purchase this. But yeah, this is 1921 to 1968. So I'm going to ask them if they're going to be producing a new version of this archives book. I hope so, but this has been out for a little bit, so I'm not sure. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please do thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Share with any of your friends. And as always, I'd like to wish you a magical day. And make sure to come back because we have a lot more coming up soon. And I thank you for watching and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.